3, 2, 1. There we go.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. All right.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Okay.
Welcome back to
Late night with PND.
D.
That's right. So, with the chill vibes and everything smooth
Hey.
and velvety.
I feel like
No
we
one else
haven't
is
recorded
sad.
at night in a long time.
Yeah, no, thank God we have. I love the nighttime.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm like,
Well, that's strange. You work most of the time at night, too. So,
yeah. But it's like that's when if I'm not working and I'm not like at this like high pace spot.
Oh, hold on.
I get
Hold your thoughts.
ooh.
I gotta just shine my hair a little bit here. Oh yeah, that sheen. Ooh.
Oh my god,
Jimmy
scary.
Neutron brain
Is it
blast.
actually from Shein?
No.
Oh, thank God it's not.
No, but this close is. It's
I do
definitely
like
giving
this.
me cancer. Apparently
Hopefully not.
that's-
But
well,
I mean, most of clothing is made in China. No, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. But
you'll
like,
spend more money on the same jacket like
Yeah.
let's say at Zara, and Zara is made in China too. So it's
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it. But like Shein, they've done reports where they're so cheap on the quality
Right, yeah.
that
Oh.
it's actually they know. Yeah, that stuff will give you cancer. Like literally, it'll give you
Smells good.
cancer. Yeah. Smells
smells
nice,
good,
right? Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
like when I'm at work, it's a different story because I'm constantly going. I'm not sitting down. But when I'm off and I'm sitting down around this time, I'm like, I get cozy. I just want to be in my bed and like watch something. I've been loving Love Island.
She actually tried to get my Hulu password just because she was like, I need to watch this show. I was like,
I've heard so many awesome things about it. I'm like, all right, fine. Like, I'm not someone who watches the TV because to me it's a waste of time. But I'm invested.
I'm not surprised. at
you
all.
know, that's just
So
it's so
invested,
it's
it's crazy.
terrible for us for you to say that.
No, I said to me it's a waste of time.
I know, and it's like people watch TV like they watch YouTube and our podcast for entertainment's sake.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah, but like
the-
I find different things entertaining personally. Like me, I don't know. I just look at time differently.
apparently you don't because you were watching Love Island.
Yeah, but I only allow myself for one episode after I get shit done throughout the day. Like that's all I do.
That doesn't substitute the fact that like you're eating something bad. Like the
That's not bad. That's actually like I'm shocked with how good this show is. And how related you can relate to
Relatable?
that. Yeah,
So
relatable.
as long as it's a good show, it's not bad.
yeah.
Okay. So
To me, I'm speaking of personal experience. Like if I'm like, if it's something, it's like a reward, right? Like
Yeah.
if you do what you're supposed to do throughout the day,
Yeah.
and you like chocolate, go ahead and have a fucking chocolate. To me, it's Love Island at night. So like that's my reward for everything I do throughout the day that I plan on doing. Now, if I don't do that, I don't watch Love Island. So it's almost like a reward for myself for getting shit done. Okay, you deserve to spend that 1 hour of your day to entertain yourself in whatever way you want to.
So-
and like you don't have to agree with this, but like I've
Are you
read
gonna say one more to
ahead,
get
go
your
ahead.
point in?
eventually.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so to reframe it, would you say this is accurate? It's only bad if you're using it to avoid the things you need to do, but as long as you do it where it's in tandem or in a reward sense, it's good. So nothing wrong with TV. It's just wrong
Right.
with doing a habit that takes you away
Yeah,
from
if
things you
right.
need to do.
If you're binge watching Netflix and you have so much stuff to do, that's like not necessarily helping you grow in any aspect. You can still do it. And it might not feel wrong to you, but it will catch up to you. I mean, I used to watch TV
Yeah.
every single night. I've gotten to the point where like I've read books where like I don't have TV in my room. So it's a personal experience. I just know that, especially like for instance, like watching TV before you fall asleep, like having the noise in the background. Realistically, you're never really sleeping fully with a noise in the background because your mind is constantly going. It's just me. Like I've read books on that, and I just refuse to do that to my brain because I already have a hard time sleeping. So whatever I can do to eliminate so many thoughts going through my mind at night, like I'm gonna do it. But like I said, I use certain things as like a reward system for accomplishing what's supposed to be done throughout the day. It's part of discipline too. I feel like oh, you're looking forward to watching that show. Bitch, you better fucking do what you're supposed to, you know? And if you don't, like, you're not going to get to watch that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, again, like, watching TV is not wrong. It's just the way I watch TV is a little bit different than most of the people, I guess.
Yeah. Vic, what's your take on TV?
I mean, overindulging on anything is bad in general because you could always overdo it. But I mean, I don't think TV is bad, but I think it's just how you go about it. I think Paulina's right in that sense. It's just like, do you make that a big part of your day? I like TV. I sometimes go through a couple episodes in a row, but that's just because I know either I have it's before bed and this is my free time and that's how I want to spend it.
Yeah.
Or vice versa, you know. But I don't actively do it. It's not like my everyday thing where it's like taking me away from that. Well, but I've been in those moments though where it's like, oh, wow, I finished, this season went by fast. It's only been a week. And you're like, you know, there's a lot of that time that I could have been spent like catching up on other things.
Right. So when you feel guilty about that, that's when it's like,
that's the overindulging.
So
and
that's
just like
was
the
me.
same with food and everything else.
That was me.
I do think a lot of like people make it like their daily practice, especially older generation. But yeah, no, I agree in the sense of like making that, but I don't think TV itself is bad. I think good entertainment's great.
Right.
You know, as long as it's good. What do you think, D?
I mean, I watch TV different reasons than most people. Like, I watch it for, like, studying. Like, me and Vic were sitting down when we were at Mohegan Sun just at the MJ, 23?
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
That's what it was.
Honestly, regular sports bar. Okay, food. But as we were watching, you know, the TV screens, and most people were watching the sports games going on right there. It was football and basketball. Well, I watched some of the football, but
boxing.
But yeah, and it was mad funny because I go over Vic, and as they're playing, I'm like, yo, you see that commercial? Yeah, I know, right? Like, we're watching the commercial. It's like, the lighting on that is so good. It's on point. It's just like, you know, like, it's cool for me to just see like a 30-second ad and seeing how somebody can, like how somebody can grab your attention, hold it, and make something emotional within that like short span. Like, especially like, have you ever seen like a short Disney like a short movie, like a little animated film, like
I'm the Groot?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Let's just say it like this. You know, Up. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know the first intro of Up, right? Cried, right? Like any normal person would. That is a good story. That is how do you write a good. You didn't even know those characters deep enough. You just but you just went within those first 5 minutes. You started crying when she couldn't have kids. What? Oh no! Like you and like that is good writing. That is like a top tier writing that you can. Like literally within that, like you can feel that, and you're just like, I feel this. I don't even, you know, like, but I know, like, it's relatable. Even though we can have kids, but you know, we feel empathy for those for those people that can't. Yeah. So it's really cool to see great writing in action, honestly. So that's where I watch TV, where it's like a book. You know, that's all it is. It's a transfer of medium for me. Yeah. The idea of like, we went from books, you know, paintings on the wall to books to whatever it is, but we always held the story. Right. And then we pushed on the story because that's what motivated us. That's what kept life entertaining, worthwhile in some ways. Because you know what? When we were, you know, just hunting and gathering, that shit was wicked. Like, that was wild. Like, you think this life is hard that you got? Nah, bro. You got hot water. Motherfuckers have to go bathe in cold water where crocodiles might be at. Like,
seriously, some survival shit.
Yeah. I mean, what'd you learn on Love Island?
Or how, like, lack of communication can fuck up something good. Which we've already known, but, like, it just gave, like, another perspective for me. Yeah. It's crazy how...
Have you ever just... not communicated something with somebody that you knew you should have at that moment until you were like, I want to, but I'm scared to, or I don't feel like it might be right to say something at this moment.
I was scared of the response I was gonna, or more so reaction I was gonna get. It wasn't necessarily something I did wrong. It was just wrong in his mind. And there was no going back from it. So like I decided not to share it. It wasn't like a not cheating or anything serious. It was just like, I don't even remember what it was, but I just remember feeling some type of way, and I didn't want to share something because it was, to me, it was nothing. Yeah. You know, like it was like I'm not taking a further step to like put myself in a position where I potentially could cheat or something. It was just like this guy like that my ex knew kind of like started hitting on me, and I was just like, listen, like, you know, I'm in a relationship, like, what are you doing? So like me being overly transparent, typically I would say that to my ex at the time now. But I was like, you know what, I'm not going to tell him this because it's just going to get him fucking worked out for no reason, you know? So it was just like looking out for.
He's going to get railed up, huh? Yeah. That's going to be the new shirt.
I feel like I will always say railed up now. It's just over.
You know,
me.
One of my buddies, like he's a big Coke guy. Oh, so gosh. He was like, which it makes sense, you know, rail lines and stuff like that. So getting railed up is also in that terminology. Okay. So shouting you out, Polly. There you go. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I definitely embarrassed myself with that one, but it's okay.
There's actually two incidents that you did.
I know that day was just rough for me. I don't know. I couldn't really.
No, it was hilarious. It was perfect. I got like so many good clips of like. Stop. Let me just Paulina's bloopers. Yeah.
Damn,
from one to the next.
Roasted. I'm ready. Bring the heat, baby.
Your whole playlist.
Builds character.
Yeah. But life has been so good lately. I mean, even though you try to overexpose me. It's all right. It's all right. We'll talk about it now since the cat's out of the bag. I actually thought about editing that portion out, but I'm probably going to just keep it in there, even though the podcast hasn't dropped yet. But I'll keep the girlfriend, that I'm with now. Luckily, I'm not going to say names. But yeah. Nah, I was talking to Poe before all this. She asked me, like, how's it going with her? I was like, it's going well. It's like, I've never been in a relationship before, so I don't know how it's supposed to feel. But the only weird thing is like, I had opportunities already come up to me. I was just like, oh.
Can't do anything
this
about
sucks.
That.
This is terrible. This is like the worst thing in the world. But like I was talking to Vic about this, it's like about changing habits. And I kind of understood that already. It's just like, okay, if I have energy enough to cheat, I should have energy enough to like go and call her and talk to her and do something special. But man, is that boring. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know why you guys want to jump
really
into
that. Some people are really not built for commitment like that. And I like love it.
Yeah. No, I see it, and I'm just like, that's so sweet. I wish I could feel that, and I'm like, I don't. Like, I'm just like, is there something like...
Let me ask you something. Have you been in love before? Like, truly in love?
Well, if you're going to ask me that like that, I don't know. Like, have you been in love?
See, like, I know I was in love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
do you? Yeah. Let me ask you one. Do you know if you were truly in love?
I was truly in love.
Because it broke off, so was it true love?
Not sure, but I personally...
That's me being a dick.
No, I said that on the podcast one time, too. I thought this was true love. I was in love with the person I was with. Yes. Was it for me? No. But I was in love. So I know the feeling, and I crave it every time.
See, that's the other thing. I feel like for women, it's thrown to you. This is what you need. I don't understand that.
I think like a true woman has a very nurturing side to her. So like having the ability of having someone and being committed to that man and building him up. We love to give, generally speaking. We love to give and nurture that man for him to be who he wants to be in life. Like he needs to have a strong woman by his side. And any successful man you study, they will tell you like literally, I can go so far in life, but I can go so much further with the right woman by my side. And I crave that every single day because I know I'm that woman for somebody. Like I know the right man, both of us, we're going to build an empire that no one's going to be able to stop. So, and it's serious. Like I just know that I've proven that to myself already, you know, like unfortunately I was put in situations where like I dated project men and I got them prepped for somebody else, but that stops. And I've been attracting better men. And it's refreshing to see that there are men still out there that are as motivated, as driven as I am. And I have good hopes that we are going to be able to build something special together, you know? But that comes with commitment. That comes with straight up communication and being almost like overly honest in terms of, I don't care if this is going to hurt your feelings. I'll try to put it together, like word it the proper way so it doesn't, or like at least it hurts you less. But I will be honest to the point that like if I think you need to know something, I'm going to let you know because I respect you enough to let you know.
Love that.
And I love that.
Same.
I love Vic. He agrees with me a lot.
Yeah, no, he encourages.
I'm not crazy, thank God.
No, you're not.
I am a little crazy. But how's things go? So okay, so you said that you're not used to being in like a relationship.
Yeah.
So, but you know what's crazy?
She's finally talking about me and my problems.
Yeah, well, clearly I have so many fucking problems. Yes, unfortunately, but no, that's not a problem. I just think it's beautiful that you're like. You're finally opening up to something that can be good, And, like, it's funny because every time... Tell me if I'm wrong. Like, well, this is your first relationship, but I don't know if you can relate to this. Like, every time I'm in a relationship, I get 17 million more guys coming at me. 100%. And it's same for guys.
Yep.
It's like, the chicks know you're in a relationship, so they test your, like,
I don't think that's true now. It's like, I just feel like this is still the same wave as before.
Really?
Yeah, like, at least I've noticed
Well, maybe
it.
because you haven't made it known yet to the public that you are actually, until now.
Am I supposed to make it? Guys, it's official.
No, I'm not saying you're supposed to, but I'm saying the more you expose your relationship, the more attack you're going to receive. I'm telling you this. Like, girls think that's like, not me personally, I think that's a loser move, but they test your relationship to see if you're going to.
It's fickle right now. I told Vic that. I was just like, if she, like, because I had this situation, it was like, this girl seemed like she, was testing me in some sort of capacity. And I was just like, shit. I didn't even mention that I have a girlfriend. I was like, that's scumbag move right there. Because Vic was like, I mentioned it that I have my wife like in a story or something. I was like, that's smart.
That's an answer.
Yeah. Like, I was like, oh shit.
You don't have to be very direct. You just can.
No, it's just like they asked me. It's like something about what we're talking about. Like, oh yeah, actually, me and my wife did this trip one time. Blah blah blah. And
smooth. I love that. I love
but
that.
I'm just waiting for the girl that's like, oh yeah, well, I still don't give a fuck. Like, because then it's just like, okay, Vic, you get really tested this way. Just like, okay, a baddie, just like, oh, she checks off everything, but she's not my wife.
Well, Paulina, you may confirm this. I've heard it explained this one way. You know how like that phenomenon happens, right? This is like, at least with guys, it's like once you're in a committed relationship, you become relaxed. You're confident in yourself in that sense because you're no longer looking. You're no longer pursuing anybody.
You're not thirsty for the girls.
So you act very non-needy. So you act very casual, cool, and confident more. So because outside of because you're not looking for prospects in any way in that sense. So then girls are like, wait, what? You're not giving me the time of day? And this and that.
And then the chase happens. Honestly, girls do like to chase. I'll say that. It's unfortunate a little bit. I think there should be a balance for sure. But like, even with me, if I find something that's like, if I find a man who doesn't act as commonly as like most of them. So like most of them will be like, oh my God, you're so pretty. Like just like throwing themselves at me. And then there's one guy that's like made it very like obvious. Like I'm into you, but like he's just not making the move. I will go for that guy. I don't know if it's like bad or good, but I'm that person where I would just be like, wow, like he is different. So I'm attracted to the like mystery and the different. Why are you smiling over there?
Because I think that's the wrong way to be about.
I'm not saying it's the right way.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's what I think. Like generally, like you shouldn't avoid mystery. Like
you should avoid.
You should avoid.
No.
Mystery.
So like I'm saying, like the first impression. I'm not talking.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, as far as what I can tell, is just like it's better to be communicative and direct and understanding, and that would destroy mystery.
Right.
That destroys that. But if you want a good relationship, you have to have that transparency. It's just like, yeah, let's communicate everything that needs to be communicated.
So you're talking about like further down the road. I'm talking about like the first impression where it's like I have guys throwing themselves at me and I'm like, ugh, another one. You know what I mean? Versus it's like
another one.
No, it's like
okay,
gross
Khaled,
to me.
yeah.
Like just be confident within yourself so you don't have to make it known and I already know. You know what I mean? And I've had a few of men like that where like they were just sitting cool, calm, collective. They told me, hey, if
Cool
you
as
ever
a
have
cucumber.
what's that?
Cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, like if you ever have a minute and you would be interested in me taking you out, I would love to take you out. If you don't, I totally understand. And I'll be like, the fuck you mean?
Yep.
You know, and I'm more interested in that because he's so confident in himself where it's like he is not desperate. Women hate desperate energies. Like, we really don't like that.
Neediness, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then why do they like babies?
No. So I'll say
You bitches got caught, did ya? Yeah. Go ahead.
like actual babies or baby men? Like,
Of course not baby, man, but you like babies. And they're
Actual
just pure
babies.
needy. 100%. Tell me
It's,
a baby isn't needy. And I'll be
I
like,
mean,
you
you
lying.
don't want to date a baby. You want
Right.
to mother a baby, right?
Right. You want to, right. Like, it's a motherly instinct.
Vic,
Like, you
why
want
do you have to make logic of a point that I'm making? Like, stop it, bro. It's just
Listen,
like,
I will say,
Sorry.
like, I love a man who is confident within himself to the point where he is vulnerable, and sometimes he will cry. And I will never look at him
have you cried in front
as
of
a
your wife?
little of a man.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
And that just proves that you comfortable with your wife enough and you trust her enough where you can be yourself. And I'm okay with a man being baby like this in this moment because a strong woman is there to nurture you. So like, hey, you have a shitty day and you're fucking miserable about something, come here. I got you. I'm your mama for a second. You know? Like, whatever I can do to make you feel better and release the emotions, I'm there for you. But there's definitely a big difference between a man who is a little bitch and a man who's vulnerable and just needs that support from his woman.
What you're describing really is just weakness versus vulnerability, which are two different things.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm not saying that, like, men coming to me with, like, his problems, that's not a weakness. That's vulnerability, which I think
Again,
it's a strength.
vulnerability. Yeah, vulnerability is
okay.
strength.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Weakness, as in like he's crying like a little bitch.
Yeah.
About something that's just like, yo, man up a little bit
Right,
about
right,
this.
right.
Yeah. No, I hear you 100% on that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like neediness on women, like not being desperate, clingy, making them comfortable in front of you. I feel like I've been through it enough that I've seen it. I understand it, how to do it. It's just changing these hobbies of mine of just like when I see an attractive woman, don't pursue. Yeah, and that's a different thing for me where I'm just like, I've never had a situation where I'm just like, don't. And I'm like, this sucks.
It's like
It's
stopping you from what
Yeah.
you normally would do.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I got to rearrange my brain and just, put myself, okay, this is what I'm doing.
Because you're not just you now. You know, you're like
Exactly.
a couple. That's why I'm not
sucks.
rushing into getting in a relationship with anyone. Because
Shut up.
as,
Shut up.
long
I'm trying to spare you from your own mistakes right now. Like, yeah, I'm not rushing into a relationship. What did you just tell us about like 30 minutes ago? Okay?
yeah, I like him 100%, but I'm not gonna be in a relationship with him until 90% of fucking boxes are checked. You know what I mean? Until I know I'm ready to be in that position where like I don't want to entertain anybody else. I'm not there yet, so I'm not gonna be in a relationship yet.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's good.
That's just what I was trying to say, D. You little fuck. You little fuck. He's after me today.
Oh, yeah. We're having fun
the
today.
crosshair.
You
Yeah.
little fuck. You know I love you, but you're a little fuck.
You did it, D. You did it.
Yeah. I finally spilled the fucking water right there. I was the cat, just like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Fucking did it.
So who betted on this episode being the one where Paulina snaps?
Yeah, there it is. But that aside, though, I think we're ready for some Reddit stories.
I don't have a story, but I want to, like, no, because I just saw something, like, earlier, and I was
Okay.
like, I'm just curious what you, because we've had this conversation about the ocean, with, and, like, I wanted to know what you would do.
Okay.
So 100 million, but you get dropped in a random part of the ocean for 30 seconds every day for 5 years. Are you doing it or not?
30 seconds.
30 seconds every day, different parts of the ocean for
But am I
5
being?
years.
Am I like fighting anything?
You just get dropped off. You don't know if
I don't know.
or not.
See, you're pretty much almost picking death, because what happens if you get dropped off in a tsunami? Or like just in a part where that's like you've ever seen a fucking wave like that's 50 foot tall. Yeah, you're not gonna be like drop me off in the middle of the fucking Antarctica ocean.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to pre-screen the drop off points. Don't drop me off in the middle of also like a cargo ship engine.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has to be the ocean, I think. Like,
like a cargo ship, like that crosses the ocean. Like if they dropped you off right at the point they're crossing, exactly. Like, or you're in the middle of a shark frenzy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. I would have to have questions. So if they told me they wouldn't let me know, then no, absolutely not. I would never. Yeah,
that's not enough money. The spot.
Yeah, Vic could tell you right now. There's an opportunity for him to go, or was like there was a scenario similar to that, but way less money. Where it was like he has to drive to Philadelphia after he does
like
a job.
2 a.m. gig.
Yeah, after a 2 a.m. job. And I was telling Vic like I don't want to do
where the job was, like the 2 a.m. job.
Amagansett to Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long were you gonna be in Philadelphia for?
Just that day.
Hours.
Just okay.
Yeah, but you have to drive after like a night of work straight from there to Philadelphia, which is usually like 3.5 to 4 hours. Amagansett is probably going to add another 30 minutes, so 4.5 hours, give or take, within that trip.
That's long fucking time.
Yeah, and it's dangerous within that. Whereas, like, God forbid, like exactly. You fall asleep, you hit a truck, or a truck hits you. Yeah, and like for the amount of money that he would have gotten out of it, it isn't $1 million. Like I told Vic, if it was $1 million,
no, this was $100 million.
Still not enough. Still not enough. $1 billion wouldn't even be enough.
I feel like I would say no too.
Yeah. You're smart to say no because it's ridiculous.
Was on the edge where I was like, that $100 million, I can flip it to make like double that if I invested in the right places,
like,
and my family's well off. But I might be
you have to be alive to do that though.
Yeah.
No, so you get paid $100 million and you're signing your life away pretty much for 5 years. You get not life away, but you know what I mean. Like you're signing a contract saying.
Yeah, but what if on the first drop you die?
That's fine. At least look before I jump, I'm gonna invest that money somewhere that it's working with something. I don't know.
Girl, Jesus Christ!
I said I'm not doing it, but for a second I was like,
I'll say it like this though: if you could survive 30 seconds, that's. You could technically survive 30 seconds. Even like if you were dropped.
You just hold your breath for 30 seconds.
Exactly.
It's not, I will 30 seconds is not bad.
No, it is. It is. Don't give me. Have you ever worked out and you were just like doing the squats and like, come on, 10 more seconds. Yeah, okay.
I know that it could last like
a lifetime.
Feel like forever.
Yeah.
But
especially if you see a shark coming at you, like you'll be like, this cannot.
Like after
what's
the 10th.
Fathers who went to get milk and never came back. What happened? When my wife and I found out she was pregnant with twins, I had no other option but to work in a different country to support them while I was gone. I didn't even consider what my life would be like when I moved back and after 2 years. I came home. We now lived in a different state where I had no friends or family. My wife completely changed and I could barely handle the kids. I wasn't ready for this life. That night when my wife came home, we talked about the future together. However, I made up my mind. I had some money saved and I was going to leave it all for them the next morning. I told my wife I had to run out to the store, trying to keep it together. My daughter overheard this and ran up to me. She said, "Daddy, bring me home a surprise." This hit me hard, and it took everything not to break down right there. I could see her waving to me as I pulled out of the driveway, and then I just drove to a busy street and bawled my eyes out for an hour. That day, I walked back into my house with toys for my girls and a new ring for my wife. I could tell she thought it was odd, but she never said anything about it. From that day on, I got my shit together. Years later, I couldn't be happier, and leaving them would have been the biggest mistake of my life. So yeah, that's what this guy learned. Is there any reason you would leave your family?
No.
You just stick on by, huh?
Unless it becomes unhealthy for my kids, then no.
Would you ever forgive a man that's left his family?
I'm very forgiving, but it would have to be like a legitimate reason why you did that. And you would have to prove me that if I take you back, let's say, if you want to come back, right?
I love that every time I ask this, you go straight to romantic. I meant just like, you just know a guy. Just like,
Oh, okay.
would you forgive him? Yeah, maybe. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably would forgive, but I wouldn't have respect for you.
So I don't think you could be with a person that way. If you don't have respect for them, I would deter you from being with that person. Vic, what do you do?
You're asking about like
She left her kids behind and her husband. Just left them behind. And now she started a new life, and now you were single in this lifetime, and she was like, hey.
Oh, I mean, I guess it would have to be, similar to Paulina's answer. Kind of like what happened and how open are they about the story, how remorseful they are, and different stage of life,
I asked Vic, because we had a conversation where we were on the boat, on the ferry. Beautiful. If you ever go to Orient.
Oh, yeah, I've gone plenty of times.
Yeah. Okay, then.
Yeah, I have family in Connecticut, so I used to go there all the time.
So, in this question, I forgot the exact question I asked Victor, but in it, he always states this. It's like, well, I don't know the scenario. I don't know the situation or how I'm feeling. I'm just like, but Jesus Christ, he needs to know everything before he makes a decision.
I'm kind of the same. You don't always get all the details, which kind of sucks.
And that was my point.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to
is...
make certain decisions based off the fact that you don't know.
Yeah.
And you just have to make those choices. But every time I tell you a story or ask you a what if situation, you always...
Apparently I'm not allowed to ask questions.
No, you're not. Not in these what if scenarios. Like you're making it into your own situation.
I'm the same way, though. I know. I'm the same way.
I was just like, I know how I would react in a combination of details. So that's the thing. It's like, obviously with less details, it's like, it's hard to know. That's what I'm trying to give you an answer, so I ask questions. But you feel free to not answer the questions, which you obviously know. And then I give you an answer.
Yeah. So there's that. All right, Paul, we're going to take it back to you.
No, because I don't know what I want to read.
I know. That's why I said that.
I've read a few, but I don't like them.
You weren't prepared. I hear you.
No, I have a whole list.
No. You lost your turn. It's over.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead, Vic.
Am I the asshole for not kicking out my roommate just because my girlfriend thinks he might be trans? I, 22 male, have a roommate. Let's call him Alex, male 23, who moved in about 6 months ago. Honestly, never considered Alex may be trans. Not that I would care if he was, but that's not the issue here. He's a short guy, probably about 5'5", has a lot of facial hair, muscles, looks like a short Henry Cavill in my opinion. No one I know has ever brought up this idea before. I've had my friends and family at our apartment before. This is really the part that gets to me though, because my mom is extremely against any gay people, and if she sensed anything was up, she would have caused problems right away.
Jeez.
Alex and I get along. We're polite, not really friends. He's quiet, super polite, always pays rent on time, helps with the chores, and even shares his cooking with me. I appreciate having him around, especially because my last 3 roommates were each their own horror story. The issue came up with my girlfriend. Let's call her Sarah, female, 28. She came over one day. Alex was shirtless, and she noticed these scars on his chest. After that, she was quiet and short with me her entire stay there. When she got home, she blew up on the phone, asking why I had a female living with me. I was so confused, and that's what she was on about. She says that she knows those scars, and they are from top surgery, and that he is short, so he has to be trans, a born female. I tried to explain that even if Alex is trans or a born female, that there is no way I'd be attracted to him, because to any person who looked at him, you would see a freaking guy. Plus, he's respectful, doesn't cause any drama like my last roommates did, which she knows about. But just to be clear, honestly, still have no idea if Alex is trans. I Googled it. Those scars could be from some other surgery, like heart surgery or some other surgery I can't pronounce. And I really don't have an argument for him being short. But there is a lot of short guys out there. At first, Sarah wanted me to just ask Alex if he was trans, and which, why the fuck would I do that? Or give him his last name so she could run a background check? I said no to both. Then she said this was a violation of trust. And that if I didn't either find out if Alex is trans and kick him out or just kick him out, that she would have to reevaluate things, basically threatening to break up. I said, I don't do ultimatums, and that's it. We were done.
Awesome. All right.
Good.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Since then, she's been messaging me every single day for over 2 weeks.
Yikes.
Even after I blocked her on everything because she wouldn't leave me alone. Pissed that I wouldn't do the small thing for her. She ranges from, are you fucking him? To, let's just talk. To, why can't you at least give me closure and ask him? To the most recent, her telling our mutual friend about the situation. Our friend wants nothing a part of this shit show. I didn't feel bad at first, but after talking about it online, I've had some people say I should have just asked my roommate if he was indeed trans, just to keep the peace. Or that I shouldn't have essentially picked my roommate, who I've only had for about 6 months, over my girlfriend of 5 years. So am I the asshole for breaking up with my girlfriend?
Who wants to chime in first? Because I got strong opinions on this one.
Go.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's obvious that she's an asshole. She's fitting, though, because his mom is a raging bigot, too. So, I mean, that's good to bring home. That's the one thing I caveat that I was like, this is the family. Yeah, I just don't see what's the matter.
Problem, yeah.
And I don't even, like, if it was a girl and my girlfriend flipped out about that, like that there's a girl, she's a tenant. Like, how are you tripping? It's like
it's your own insecurities at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And like he was so Giga Chad on that shit where he was like, nah, no ultimatum. It's cool. You want to dip? That's fine. I'm going with that one.
That's a confident man.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
and he was younger.
And I'm proud of him for doing that, because if someone wants to hit me with that after 5 years of relationship, maybe I should reconsider whether we should be together or not.
Yeah.
Because it's not a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? It's really not. And they pay rent.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
They're quiet, and they look like a mini Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
It's like...
I've seen his dick, bro. It's big. It's like
yeah, make a joke out of it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. But
so
like,
weird.
like that's
people
obvious.
are so fucked
I mean,
up.
like if it was in my own curiosity, I would say something or ask. Like, but that's just my own curiosity. But it's weird to me that he doesn't even consider him a friend. Honestly, the dude, like, he helps out. He does a bunch of shit for him. Yeah, I was like, that sounds like a friend to me right there. Like, I get it. It's a tenant. Maybe it's just a tenant that you like a lot. And it's just like, oh. Yeah. But this girlfriend.
She's out of her mind.
Yeah. Like, that's just wild.
She's got to go.
Yeah, bro. I never understood why would it even matter? Like in like he,
it's like
if he
personal
is
to her. She's
but like he's trans into a man anyways. So
right, it's not a girl. It's not opposite. Why do we?
Yeah. So like, do you like you think your boyfriend's gay? Is that what you're saying? Like I like there's so many things that don't add up to me. I'm just like
major insecurities.
Yeah, I would understand if the man turned into a woman. Then maybe still weird, but like. I could
like
relate, not relate, but like I could feel
understand,
for her. Not in this case, unfortunately.
It's like it doesn't make any sense.
You're just a fucking ignorant bitch. That's what you are.
I love the down spiral.
Oh, you're an asshole. Yes, you're an asshole.
Yeah, well, no, he's not.
But he's not the asshole for breaking up with her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So I do have
update.
I love how it says small update, but it's a massive update. I remember because I read through this already.
Out if they were trans?
So yeah,
good.
I'll speed run this real quick for
you.
Because he talked a lot in the comment and then restated everything in the update. Mm-hmm. So he did eventually talk to him, and brought up the situation to him and everything. Oh. And he was actually very forthcoming. He actually always viewed them as best friends. Oh, shit. He's just a very introverted.
See, this is what I was saying. How do you not know this man's your friend?
And the guy, and he's like, I've never had an introverted friend before. So I felt like him not talking to me and stuff. He just was being just a polite roommate. But he's like, I've always enjoyed spending time with him and eating food. And
a friend, you mean?
Yeah. And this guy seems, but this will make more sense too. Mm-hmm. They also like kind of went into it. So when he told his mom about this, his mom was like, oh, come on, you should get back with her. It was a small argument. This isn't worth this.
Some moms are
yeah,
fuckers,
she, pointed all to
nonsense.
that, and then it kind of like dove deeper. A lot of people were like, wow, your girlfriend kind of sounds abusive. You said physical and verbal stuff, like you put up with that. It's like, what are we talking here? He was like, and he revealed like shoving, pushing, slapping, stuff like that. On the physical side, nothing extreme, but still, it's physical abuse and verbal stuff. And so it's apparently really controlling. He started to go to a therapist, as they were recommending. Also kind of dove into his like growing up. His mom was apparently very abusive. CPS has been called a bunch of times because he was underfed.
Oh shit!
Severely underweight.
So look,
a bunch
he
of
attracted literally a fucking copy of his mom.
Yeah. So thanks to this and talking with...
No, yeah. I mean, she's literally a bigot, too. So it's like, oh, shit.
You were right. And he literally, once talking with Alex, his roommate, he hooked him up with the therapy, everything. He's doing much, much better. And he kind of like...
So is he trans, though?
Yeah, he's trans.
Okay.
He's 100%
I think it's
trans.
obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it doesn't matter. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean the type
what
of
matters
scars
is
you get
like,
from top surgery.
did you get a bigger dick than I did? Because it's not
I
fair.
would want to know that too.
This guy seems honestly pretty sheltered in general. So.
Oh yeah. I mean, like,
don't they have these like dicks that are like have like a metal inside where you can like lift it up to have it like?
Would you want a metal
hard?
thing going into you?
I mean, I would never be a trans person, so I can't answer that. But like, how do you like? I wanna look into like the surgeries nowadays because I know that they're advanced at this point. But like I've heard they would obviously make this part look like a dick and the balls and whatever, but they would put like a hard piece of metal inside of your dick to make it.
Yeah,
erect.
I wouldn't know the surgery that goes behind it. I mean, like I've seen the actual for the reconstruction of the penis into a vagina. Which is it's crazy. It's like they slice the banana like and put the ball. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure like when you're a newborn, it all starts kind of the same, and then it like women get the vagina and the men get the penis, but like the look of it at the beginning is kind of vagina looking.
Yeah, you got a tic tac. Yeah, exactly. So there's that. But
so like the clit part turns into a penis. Like I have to look into it. I don't want to speak on that, but like I remember being in a biology class and I was like shocked when the professor said that. Like we all kind of like start from vagina looking organ down there, and then it turns into two different things.
This one's a quick, simple one.
Nice.
It's what would you do?
Ooh.
So I recently broke my phone. So my boyfriend gave me an old phone that he had when we first started dating.
Oh.
Oops.
I need WhatsApp for work, so I downloaded the app. Since he hadn't uninstalled it for some reason, even though I had a new number, his chat showed up. So I got curious and opened a conversation with his best friend. This is where I messed up, admittedly. I wanted to see if he said anything to his best friend about me when we met. I was surprised to see he said something along the lines of, she doesn't have a pretty face, but she has a nice body, referring to me. Now I'm sad. I know what I did was wrong, but I seriously was suspecting to find something romantic or that he found me very pretty from minute one or something. I don't know. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Why would he hang out and form a relationship with me if he didn't find me attractive? He also said that he was happy I wasn't looking for nothing serious because he didn't want anything with me. But as I remembered, he is the one that mentioned he was looking for serious relationships. Now, I don't know what to do. I feel ugly and sad. Do I say anything? Do I shut up? Do I break up with him? I feel like from now on, when he says I'm pretty, I won't believe it and will always remember what he said in that text. Part of me wishes I had never opened that conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better not knowing.
Yeah, but overall, I think she is such a problem to even think that to break up with him because one.
Oh no, that's excessive.
Yeah, I mean,
well, she maybe thinks of it
Yeah.
as like, hey, am I going to be able to get past this or not?
Well, that's on her, and she needs to get past it because it's literally you don't know the conversation that was being had and what his momentary thoughts were. Like where he could have just been telling his buddy, I don't want to like gas it up or like him think like I'm really into this girl at this moment in time. Yeah, she you know, she got great body, okay face. Like that's
Exactly.
it's not the most complimentary thing, but like that's on a personal conversation that you don't know what they were really like in between of everything. Like, or where were they mentally?
But I probably would want to talk to him about it. Not necessarily, I wouldn't maybe say it like, oh, I read through your phone and like I know all that stuff. I would more so just ask like, hey, when we met, like, can you just tell me how you felt about me?
That's a trap. That's a trap, and you're fucked up for doing that. You're 100%
because you want to see if it aligns with what he said. The second he doesn't align with it, you're gonna be like,
look at your face right. Look at her face right now.
That's
Go
just the
fuck
cause
yourself
problem.
For that one.
Because also like. Is he
if I won't see because of this, I have to talk to him about it.
Talk to him about the comment. Hey, I'm sorry, your messages popped up. I saw this, and I know it was on me. She missed it was wrong, but like I can't get this out of my head. Because the other thing I will say is that people, when you start dating, is usually not very serious, but then it turns serious,
right?
You know,
and you see the person in different
change. Yeah, things change, and he
did
did
say
he
know if he would lie or not.
He also, that's the thing. The other thing is like, this is already years after. I remember 0 conversations I've had on WhatsApp a month ago.
Yeah. No,
so if you told me, I'm going to tell you what I felt in the beginning of the relationship and what I remember feeling is infatuation, all that stuff. But if I'm not going to tell you that, I'm also never going to tell you to your face that, I think you had a hot body. I mean, your face was okay. Yeah.
I guess
I don't think a single guy would ever say that.
Maybe I'm just a different type of person, like a woman specific, where it's like I would rather you tell me that than like not lie to me. Because I'm straight up too. Like I remember telling my ex, I'm like, honestly, like I didn't find you attractive. Like on the outside, I fell in love with who you are as a person, and then eventually I found you attractive.
When would you say that?
Huh?
When would you say that?
When?
Yeah, when would you say that?
No, I
this
actually
is randomly an open. I know. It said when in the relationship.
Oh no,
when
he
you're
asked me.
He asked you.
He asked me. He was like, "What did you think about me?" And I said, like, honestly, like I was super attracted to your personality. I don't think you are my type, but now I'm absolutely in love with you, outside and out, inside and out. You know, like, and I was honest. I don't know. I'm just very honest. Like, I don't.
That's fine.
Sometimes, like the way I do word things might not be the greatest, so I'm working on that. But I would rather be told like.
Do you think it would be honest to say that? What your response being like? I mean, I love your personality so much. We connected so well. It's one of the first things that got me to love you. Would that be honest? Would that be truthful, right? You didn't have to say that I found you unattractive.
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm saying, so I'm saying when you ask the question, he says that I loved your personality and everything, and doesn't mention
this is
I think you had a great body.
This is Vic right here putting you in your place.
That's fine. Put me in my place. No, I'm not saying like
but I'm saying
you can skip on that part 100%.
Yeah,
but to me, if you tell me like, oh, I loved your personality, I already know that you weren't attracted to me like physically because you would have said that.
I'm saying, but like in this girl's case, the second he doesn't mention that he didn't find her face pretty, she would say you're lying.
Yeah.
And that's the trap. Whereas I would say it's just better to overall be like, hey, I'm insecure about this. I ran into this as my fault.
My second follow-up question would be like, how about my like appearance? And I would want to know what he would say.
The statement he said was here is like, let me read it verbatim. She doesn't have a pretty face, but she has a really nice body. That was the text message, the verbatim that she read. Yeah. And then she summed it up to, he didn't find me attractive.
So how do you feel okay with that message, seeing that message?
Me or them?
You guys. Like if you saw something like that.
Like that girl was like dating me for my body?
No, like,
like.
Well, they said something negative on top of something positive like that. I mean, I'll be like, ouch. I mean, I don't know. My wife is also extremely honest.
Makes sense.
So,
why we like each other.
So, and you know, and she's told me, honestly, like some stuff like that truthfully. And I've loved it because I just like, I love the honesty. So I was like, yes, okay, great. You gave me something to improve on. I'm going to improve in that. And I have. And it's great. And it's amazing. Obviously,
you can't improve your face, though.
You can't improve your face, though. Honestly.
I mean, you can, I guess.
I mean, yeah. Of course, it's a sucky
Call
comment.
Dr. Keys.
Hey.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really just for her to work on like her self-image and self-confidence. And obviously, I mean, he probably is now like, if they've been dating for a while, she didn't give an exact timeline. But like, he's good. He's like, I have zero problem with any of this. Plus like he said, you don't know the relationship he has with that friend.
Right.
All right, guys. So remember to like, subscribe, and
share our content, please, if you find it relatable.
Exactly.
And thanks for you guys always being here, as always.
Yeah. Say bye to Poe. Maybe not. Yeah.
What?
She'll be gone forever.
No, that's not true. I'm going to be here, you guys. Don't worry.
Why you stop lying to us, Poe? All right, though.
Ay.
Preach.
See you next time.